You are listening to the WISECRACKER Podcast.
You think I'm too obsessed with just being comfortable when I sit down? I kind of came to the realization.
I don't think you can put a price on comfort.
I don't think I like sitting down. I think I either have to be standing up or laying down. I think my hips, I'm built like an IKEA chair where I don't have an ass. That's probably what it is. So my lower back just kind of curves into my hamstrings. Mm-hmm. I think if I had a big juicy ass.
Is it time to develop the ass?
Yeah, my pediatric surgeon told me I can't do squats. What
do they know?
When they did surgery on me.
If they knew something, they would let them treat real adult humans.
Oh, you're working on kids for practice?
Kids are barely even human.
Dude, you're
not even a human until you're 26.
You can do anything.
According to car rental companies.
Oh, I'm going to operate on a kid. I'm going to play basketball on a kid. I'm going to flirt with a kid. It's these are easy things that anyone can do. And it's just
That's why we usually have to make it illegal, and yet you're still allowed to practice medicine on children?
He was yeah, no, you can just don't do squats. And so that's my excuse for why I have a Hank Hill ass, because I'm not supposed to do them.
Playing baseball was supposed to build up your ass.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of bending over. You get set and ready.
Squatting.
NLDS, game one. It's NLDS Saturday, baby. Baseball.
Just to transition us from ass to baseball.
It's ass. Kind of weird that girls hate baseball so much because there's a lot of good guy ass in it.
I think it was when everyone was interested in baseball when it was the national pastime, including women. Mm-hmm. But then what happened was the players stopped wearing the tight pants. And then women stopped caring. I
think also was, Babe Ruth era, Lou Gehrig, Ty Cobb. Women loved baseball. They loved going to the games, wearing their nice sundresses, wearing a big hat.
Yeah, that was the other thing. You got to dress up to go to the game.
Yeah,
women like that.
Having some soda pop, maybe. And, just enjoying the beautiful day. It's kind of like a picnic.
Forcing your husband to spend 5 cents on Cracker Jacks.
Then here's where it went wrong. Hitler invaded Poland. And we needed our young baseball men with good asses to get their hot asses over to France.
Did all the good asses die in World War II?
Well, here's the thing. I think that women started playing baseball, league of their own.
Right.
Women got jealous. And they were baseball's gay. We don't like, these women are
because other women were doing it.
Hey, Rosie O'Donnell and Madonna are playing.
Interesting.
She's a lesbian and she's a slut. We don't like baseball anymore. So now I think it flipped. Women don't like baseball anymore, and that happened in the 40s. Because women started playing baseball, and women hate things women
other
do.
Women.
Yeah. And then when the men came back, they were
too much time had passed.
They're locked in. They're we don't like baseball. Because women, these fucking...
And then they started bringing in cheerleaders and stuff,
holds a grudge, yeah.
To sports.
Well, that's why women will watch
hate
football.
Cheerleaders.
Well,
maybe that's actually true.
Dude, it's so funny. If you're watching a sport and you have a lady friend, she is why do you care about watching men? You of all people, that's very gay of you, Sam. I'm fuck. Women are so good at...
They don't understand male camaraderie in me watching the boys.
Yeah. I'll watch... Dude, the amount of penises that are in HBO miniseries The Pacific, and I still watch it.
Are there penises in the Pacific?
Dude, there's a scene recently where...
Is that to get ladies to watch?
It's raining too much in Japan.
To show them why World War II was so important and why it had to ruin sports.
Uh-huh.
They show penis.
Yeah, good ass. They haven't shown much ass in the Pacific, but they've shown some decent penis. There's a scene where it's raining too much, and the guy's I'm too wet, I'm too fucking wet, I'm too fucking wet. And then he shoots himself in the fucking brain, and his penis is just there.
Because he's wet, he killed himself?
Yeah. He was getting sick of
that way
it.
before.
It was Japanese water torture, but it was God. It was Japanese God.
Japanese God?
Yeah.
I thought the Chinese did water torture. Maybe the Japanese did water torture.
I don't want to get kicked off YouTube for hate speech.
Yeah, this episode is going to be fully on YouTube.
Yeah.
We're not going to get removed. And I don't necessarily apologize for what we said, but I felt it coming.
Yeah, you do. Maybe you shouldn't speak it into existence because you did say this is going to get pulled from YouTube, and we got a strike. We got a. That was a foul tip. You fucking
talk about
dickhead.
These terrible umpires. This ball was way off the plate.
YouTube is
gave
Angel
us
Hernandez.
one strike.
YouTube is Angel
It was
Hernandez.
a check swing. We clearly checked our
Yes,
swing
dude.
before we got into anything
We were
too
like,
bad.
Something was stolen. Might have been a base.
All right, okay.
I'm
enough.
not saying it's just baseball. I'll put it in baseball terms. The Astros cheated. And it was rigged, the 2017 World Series.
Mm-hmm.
But the umpires, aka YouTube, are Angel Hernandez. And they were like,
Right.
you can't say that. Also, you're being racist. 'Cause that's real. That's Angel Hernandez has the worst call percentage. I don't know. The nerds love stats to the point where they're like, you're critiquing someone's job. Like the nerds can be like, this hot dog vendor had the lowest sales this season. It's like, stick to the fucking game. I don't care about the umpires' percentages. That's for their bosses.
Well, when you look at MDB, mustard to dog to bun ratio, clearly his performance in the 2020 hot dog sale season.
Did you see that guy, some guy or girl, it was a guy, spent $4,500 on free beer for a section at Citizens Bank Park?
Oh, interesting.
That's a real one. That's crazy.
That's dangerous.
That's spreading the wealth.
That's dangerous. They used to try to...
That's socialism.
Is this to get women back into sports too? They really upped drinking. This was a real one to get women back into sports, was they brought liquor drinks to stadiums.
Yeah, we went to the Padres game and your girl got a margarita.
Yeah.
$20 margarita. Which isn't that bad.
Fucking Joe Biden.
Because, the beers were $15.
Yeah.
The tickets for the game were $13. The beers were $15. Parking was $40. And, that doesn't even count the whole betting situation.
Right. Yeah, the money you have to put down.
Plus the money you get for running on the field.
The fines. The fines I'll incur.
I think being a man is I'm anti going on the field. I don't like that one bit anymore.
It depends. I don't necessarily have a problem with if a fan needs to go on the field. Or when teams win the championship, I kind of like when fans storm the field and they don't let that happen.
Okay, so I have a thing. I think it's at a level. In high school, I'm fine with you running on the field, even shrieking, because it's like, what are you going to do? Get an in-school suspension? What are they going to do? But when it's college or when it's a bigger stage, I'm like, stay off the field. Let them do their jobs. Unless
the game needs it.
Unless you're running on the field to burn an American flag.
Right.
Unless you're running into center field at Dodger Stadium to torch the American flag.
Right. Then that's, traditional.
Yeah, that's fine. I
think it's just that people don't have situational awareness because it'll be an important part of the game where your team just got momentum back and then some jerk runs on the field.
I'm anti-wave. I'm anti-running on the field because I don't want anything to disrupt.
Unless it helps, but people don't know how to help.
No, if it's a rally killer for the other team and you're running on the field to kick Acuna to try to steal one of Acuna's 14
that doesn't seem
chains.
to happen enough. The other team does something good and then you run on the field to steal one of Acuna's 14 chains. It's usually the Phillies finally are scoring runs
and you're like,
and then some drunk asshole is like,
I'm gonna get on Barstool Philly. And then you run on the fucking
Saturday
field.
is for the boys.
It's Thursday, retard. Oh yeah, but I have two things to talk about right now, and I don't know which one to do. I want to talk about chains.
We got plenty of time to talk about everything.
I want to come back to streaking, but I'm going to talk about chains right now.
Okay.
White dads must be fucking livid because you can't sit here and be like, Ozuna's got too many chains and he's wearing the wrong color armband and shit. All the players are wearing big chains.
Right. Again, to get women interested, jewelry.
Yeah. Bats. Like pink bats.
The catchers sometimes paint their nails.
They don't do that anymore.
They don't do that anymore?
No, the pitch com ended
Oh,
that.
right.
They were like, what?
Well, talking on the phone. Women love talking on the phone.
Yeah, it'll be a runner on second, 2-2 count. JT's like, how you doing? They have mics in their hat to the point where I forget which game it was. One of the pitchers had his hat off and he was holding it like to his head, like it was a fucking spy movie or something. Like taking off your cleat and being
my shoe phone.
Yeah,
but it's the hat.
Should I throw a curveball?
That's something that women would like in real life, maybe, because they're usually giving me signals that are mysterious. I can't figure out what they are.
No.
If they could just push a button and in my hat it said, "I'm angry with you," then I'd know that something was going on.
Yeah.
I'd know exactly what the pitch call was.
You're talking too much at the bar.
You're being mean to my friend. Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. And then you can give them like a... I like this. Those are much more fun to me. The signals.
They
like
still
the,
usually give a signal to the catcher sometimes.
They're like nods. Say like, yeah.
Or like the batter doesn't have the walkie-talkie, so they'll still tell him to like bunt by touching your dick, touching your arm, touching your dick.
I like these relievers that can throw 105 miles per hour, and the catcher's like, throw a fastball.
We're gonna keep this one a secret,
like,
but we're going with the
"See?
fastball.
Throw the fastball that goes straight. Throw it down the middle.
But chains.
Oh, but running onto the field, the first time I saw a streaker was at Strathaven, and it was a guy wearing a mask, not a COVID mask, wearing like a Mike Myers mask or something.
Back when masks were cool. Back when I was 100% pro mask.
Remember back in like 10 years ago, masks meant like Bane or Batman or Scream with the blood mask.
You get like a little thing.
The Scream blood mask lives in my head.
Yeah, like that was a real indicator that a kid was weird. They
be-
showed up with like the skeleton Scream mask where you pumped blood.
There's this kid, Steve, who always smelled. And it wasn't
Smelly Steve.
truly not his fault looking back.
No.
Because if you don't have the parents as you're leaving your house, like, you know.
Yeah, if you're raised
our
by
parents,
cigarette smoking pit bulls, they don't tell you to like wear deodorant.
Our parents honestly never enforced the smell. But there were like rules. Like mom was like, pull your pants up. No,
I
gym
wasn't allowed to
shorts.
wear gym shorts like ever.
Yeah. And I only wore gym shorts, and I think it affected my work ethic. I think it made it. I should have been
I don't
wearing
know. I was
slacks.
really lazy. Mom should have made me wear a suit to school.
But there were times I'd like get out of the car, and she's like, "Pull your pants up." I'm like, "Mom,
All right, Bill Cosby, Mom." Remember when that was the worst thing Bill Cosby ever did? Just tell kids to pull their pants up. Turns out the actual worst thing he did was telling women to pull their pants down.
He didn't tell
while
them.
they were under the influence.
He did not tell them.
drugs.
He just did. But the first time I saw a streaker was at Strathaven High School. This guy ran on a field.
Shout out Strathaven. Shout out Dan Connor.
Saw his dick, saw his ass. Like it was some kind of HBO show about World War II. But he ran on the field. I was like, that's awesome. Because that's like a student being like, I'm going to do this. All Friday, he's like telling his boys, like, I'm going to do it. And they're like, no, you're not.
Do you think you'd chub up before running across the field naked?
I'd have the smallest penis ever. I mean, I would make sure that before I'm hopping the fence, I'm hard so that by the time I'm at crossing the 50-yard line,
I've ejaculated.
Yeah, so that I can come on the ball. And the refs are like, oh. Wait, can we get Can we get one of the fucking, like, substitute gym teachers to come pick up the ball?
This
That's the
school
funniest
district
thing.
can only afford one ball, and you cummed on it.
The fucking.
Do you think that's funny, young man?
Kids would get rocked. They'd have an ambulance on the sideline, but when someone like actually got hurt, they'd be like, "Get the social studies teacher out there with a fucking Band-Aid." But yeah, I would. So that by the time I'm on the field, my penis is starting to shrink inside of my body because I'm so like nervous and the adrenaline's pumping.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I noticed at a
It's
young
hiding
age.
for the tackle.
When I get the adrenaline pumping, if I'm in like a big game situation or like doing anything physical, even sex, my dick just goes away.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which I think it should be the opposite. I feel like
like-
adrenaline should make your penis bigger because it's like you're in a fight. So it
Right.
can like
Got
shield
it.
your balls.
Yeah, the penis's other job of shielding my balls.
Yeah. That's the
I
main.
guess
That's the
true.
second.
I guess that's why it rests on top for cushioning.
Well,
Otherwise, it'd be direct ball hits every time.
You can get bopped in the dick and it's just like getting hit in the nose or something.
Nature's cup, my penis.
Yeah. But not me. Ground ball comes to me, I better get it because I'm not wearing a cup and that thing's gonna. My
I'm
dick
excited.
is inside of me.
I'm the other type of excited.
That was one of the most interesting learning moments that happened to me, maybe in my 20s, maybe my early 20s, at best late teens, where I was like, oh, your dick changed. Everyone's dick changes. I thought mine was just bad. I thought I just had a bad dick that was like, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
Once we get women back interested in baseball, this should be like a major baseball tie-in public service announcement, is that this does happen.
He's 1 for 3 today. His penis was small in the 3rd inning, but he got that double, and now his penis is
As
hanging a little bit
penises
better.
do, it changes in size.
The sun's going down. There's a shadow in between the mound and home, but Rushman's penis is, he wouldn't be embarrassed if his trousers fell down.
The shadow across the infield's going to make it difficult for the batter to read how long the pitcher's penis is.
Luke once pantsed me at the bus stop all the way, and my dick was the smallest it had ever been because it was like February and I was wearing gym shorts because Mom stopped trying with me.
That's why she didn't want us
why.
to wear the gym shorts,
Yeah,
because she
and
knew about
my-
the easy pantsing.
Don't have your pants already halfway down because then it'll make it easier to pull them down.
Right.
And then people will see your little fucking baby penis.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's fine. It's not good. It's bad.
It's fine. It's good. It's bad.
But like, at the right time, that could make or break your whole fucking life. If you get pantsed at recess, if you rush the field, if you're running across the field, honestly, maybe that's what happens. It's like, oh, this person got pantsed. Steve, I'm going to make it Steve again. Steve got pants and everyone saw his tiny penis. And then he runs on the field and he's got the half chub. And people are like, oh, no, Steve's got an okay penis. It just changes.
I feel like they really try to prevent students from knowing the penis size of other students. That's for your public record and for the administrators to know.
It's for
That's not for other students to know.
principal and the gym teacher.
When you go in for your 7th grade physical and that guy feels your dick and nuts for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. That's for the security.
Which
that's
apparently
for-
doesn't happen to everyone. It did happen to me.
That's for the big security guard that It's like, I caught you doing snuff in the bathroom. You got to let me see your penis.
But they don't even have like a gym shower at most schools.
We had showers.
But did they encourage you to use it? I feel like it was always closed.
They were like baseball. The varsity team would
Yeah,
shower
like
together.
if you were on a team, you would shower. But
Yeah.
just for gym class, I feel like they kind of encourage you to just put your clothes on,
Which
sweaty,
is really
and get
weird.
back to
Yeah,
class.
it's unhealthy to have like a sweaty ass and go sit down for another 6 hours.
It did give me some dominance. This is another reason why maybe not wearing deodorant and taking showers and showing up to school is good. You can dominate your teachers by being a stinky kid.
You're gonna make me learn about the Holocaust again.
Like, I'm just gonna stand
I'm gonna
really close
stink.
to you. My
stink
book
like
report is
shit.
2 days late. Come talk to me about it. Come get in my space and talk to me about it.
That is an underrated thing of like, oh, teachers make $40,000 a year. They got to deal with the stinky every day. You go to a normal job, you go to an adult job because teachers, they've got little kid jobs and they don't get paid well at all. And they have to deal with the
It's
stink.
'cause the teacher is just like a temporary job, like fast food worker, where
Yeah.
they shouldn't even make a living wage because they're supposed to move on to a
You're
real
still
career.
a teacher? You haven't figured out how to be a
That was
you're
my
still
summer-
social
That's my
studies
summer
teacher?
high school job, teaching high school.
Yeah, that's my winter job. In the summer,
They should do that. If kids have to go to summer school, you should be like taught, and like your peers should be in charge of you, because that'll be more realistic for when you're a summer school kid and you grow up and you go to jail, where your peers are going to be in charge of you.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing wrong with going to summer school.
I like teachers.
My girlfriend went to summer school every year.
Really? Was she
Yeah.
stupid?
I don't think so.
Was she trying to graduate early?
No, I think it was just like a summer camp for
okay.
people who didn't go to summer camp. They would just get summer
Dude,
school.
I thought going to summer camp was so weird, but it was just because it was parents that didn't love you enough to have one parent make enough money to support it. If your
I think,
parents,
like,
if
Boy
both your
Scouts around
parents
us
work
didn't
when you
do
were a
that,
kid, they
and
don't
we-
love you enough. If your dad or mom isn't able to make enough money to support a household by herself or himself,
Herself. It's the future.
they self.
Men are done working.
Yeah. I mean, I speak
It's
from
time for women to pick up the slack. It's time for that matriarchy you wanted so bad.
Dude, I blew our aunt's mind by being like the CIA pushed women into working. Because I've got this thing where my girlfriend was mad at me this week. And I was like, it's because she's stressed about money. Because she's got her job. I've got my job. I've got my career. She's got her career. No, her career's legit. She's fucking taking off. I'm so proud of her. I'm in the mud. She can tell. They can smell it. The women can smell when you're in the mud. But Adam Sandler, he might be listening to this right now.
I hope so.
She did Adam Sandler's wife's hair. And
His wife?
his wife. And Adam Sandler, she was alone at his house doing his wife's hair. And Adam Sandler comes in, fucking robe open, dick tiny. He's like, oh, let me go back.
But we know it could happen to anyone at any time.
And you know, she shouted out the pod. She shouted out first last name. Showed Adam Sandler my Instagram. He DM'd me. He was like, "Listen, you gotta fucking stop." But that's a crazy thing that happens. That's the joy of living in Hollywood, is that your girlfriend can like talk to Adam Sandler about you. Because now it's like,
yeah, sometimes it does
Adam
actually
Sandler
pay
knows
off to
who
be
I
where the
am now,
celebrities
which
are.
is nuts. Because I'm the only thing I have going is that I'm on TV every once in a while for like the dumbest bullshit.
Well, I mean, you know, people need to know where to go to get a pizza. People need to know what type of cough syrup is on the market these days. People need to watch a TikTok about how they should stock their entire fridge with Mountain Dew.
I'm a capitalist. Mountain Dew's going to give us money.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
Are you allowed to talk about that?
Dude, I can talk about anything.
Except for the stuff that YouTube doesn't want us to talk about.
Lawyer-wise, it's fine. The umpires on YouTube, they might strike us out if I talk about, you know, one of the real things. Israel's getting bombed.
Yeah, that's happening today, so we don't really have a lot
Breaking
of
news.
information to give you or opinions. So sorry. But
Yeah, this is a new development. There's a
Something
holy war
crazy's
happening
going
in the
on.
Middle East.
This is the
Breaking
first
news.
time I've ever heard of anything like this. Trouble in the Middle East.
Yeah, that's too bad. I thought they figured that all out. I thought Trump sent Kushner over there to be like, all right,
Settle things down.
you're right.
I thought both sides were appeased when they named it Trump Israel or whatever. Didn't they name a town?
Did they?
I think they named something. Maybe not. Maybe that's a fake story I made up, but could be real.
I was being mean.
You don't get strikes for that type of misinformation. Part of Israel is named after Donald Trump.
I was being kind of mean the other day to the Palestinians
Oh, yeah.
or just the Muslims living in Israel. What kind of life is that, you know? Be like if I lived in Dallas.
And you're an Eagles fan
Boo.
in cowboy country. That is exactly what it's like.
Go Cowboys. Go, your quarterback, aka my God, is fake. And then they spit on me. I'm like, it's time. Probably time to move.
I understand.
Probably time to get out of Dallas.
Or it's time to start, you know, throwing some snowballs at Santa Claus. Israel.
Yeah. They're throwing more than snowballs, man.
They're hang gliding or something. Something was going on.
Hamas.
They were, ham mass was going in there with hang gliders.
That's how you know that they're scary. Is that they're Muslims and they're like, we're ham.
Wait, what's the most evil thing we can name ourselves after? Yeah, that's like putting skull and crossbones.
Yeah. It's like It's like
ham.
What are we?
Ham.
What could the American army?
Hamas.
Yeah.
In Spanish, that means more ham.
They speak Spanish over there. They're speaking something that I don't understand.
Yeah, I think it's Spanish. They're brown. They're coming for the border. They're speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So we'll see what goes on there. Maybe that'll find a peaceful solution on its own. Maybe everything will just work itself out.
Yeah. Just they gotta fucking see. That's the problem. Is over there they don't have any good sports. They have like soccer and like what's the number one sport in Palestine?
I'm guessing soccer, right?
I don't know. Do Muslims play sports? Boxing, basketball, Muhammad Ali, Kareem, Hakeem. Muslims have some fucking
Is snake
cool
charming
names.
a sport?
Muslim names are cool. Jewish names are cool. Sam's cool. Jewish names are pretty cool. But Muslim names?
Talk about names.
It's been a while since we've done the name cast. Fucking, like Hakeem. That's a cool name.
It is.
I'm not a huge, a lot of the Asian names
It is.
are kind of boring.
Yes, it is. Yeah, East Asian. Well, no, I don't know if I'll say that.
Jabbar.
I think all cultures have something unique and interesting to bring to the table, including their names.
Because most places just have like the Catholic names or like the Jewish names, like John, Mark, Sam, Yoel. We don't need to do name cast.
Yeah, I especially don't want to start doing things like who has the worst blank.
I mean, fuck, man. Hamas? All right, we'll talk. Just stick to sports. They talk, but like if they had sports over there, the women are like, "Why do you care about sports? It's just guys." It's like I don't know. It's culturally relevant. I think if
everything is just guys when you boil it down.
If we got fucking Hamas and those like hot girls from the Israeli army to like play fucking volleyball. I don't know. Have a stadium full.
Do they actually make those hot girls fight? Or are they just for the pictures?
I think just for the pictures.
There's no way they waste their hot girls on a war. They're smart. They're Jewish. They don't kill those hot girls.
There's the fucking
does
hot
make
girl
me think
snipers.
about signing up to defend someplace I've never been to and have no connection for, though.
They throw
you got girls there?
All the algorithms throw that at me. They're like, the police are actually sexy girls. You don't got to worry about being... The problem is that it's like, oh, your partner, you're going to do a ride-along with a hot girl, and she's going to take you into Inglewood to bust some skulls. It's like,
But there's a girl there?
I've got adrenaline pumping. My penis is going to be small. So I can't do that. I can't have my partner maybe see my penis. Because I'd be one of those cops that runs holding their pants up. Getting out of the car, finishing your coffee.
Fingers.
Yeah, NLCS, dude. Or NLDS.
Oh, someone ran on the field.
Phillies are back. It's literally last year, except it's worse now because I have a girlfriend, so I can't just like sit down and watch the Red River rivalry. Like, why do you care about watching Texas and Oklahoma play? I'm like, I don't know. I have to watch it though. I don't care about any of these teams. I don't care about these players. I don't even care about these states.
It's
Oklahoma,
on TV and boys
Texas.
are smashing into each other. What am I supposed to do? Watch Love Is Blind?
Ignore it. I do like watching. I've been watching The Golden Bachelor. Have you checked
oh
it out?
yeah,
The GB.
yeah. I didn't know about this, but they did Old People Bachelor.
Yeah, it's like 60, 70-year-olds just being like,
which is
my husband died, and I haven't worn this wedding dress since my husband died, and now I'm wearing it for you because I want you to bust me up. I want you to give me that AARP dick. And the guy Gary's such a sweetheart. He just cries every time because he thinks about his wife. He's like, I'm on The Bachelor now, but my wife died last week. And they throw him in the fire. They throw a bunch of beautiful women. Some of them are duds. Some of them, you'll get these women that are like,
throw in.
She's
some
61. She's not looking a day over 54. And it's like she's had like work done, but she waited for it to be good. Like she didn't get work done in the 80s. She got work done.
Right, for the technology to be good.
2010. And it's like, oh, she's looking good.
I do think that that's going to go down as the best stretch of time to be someone who got plastic surgery was someone who turned like 30 in 1990 and then waited until the early 2000s to get some work done at like 40.
I think it's better now.
Yeah, but the problem now is that like 18-year-olds are getting the surgeries, so they look like they're
girls talk about getting
when
Botox, and it's like they're in high school. Don't do that.
Like a 23-year-old girl with migrating lip filler, it just makes you look like you're 40.
To be fair, though, if they had something that they could inject my fucking penis with to make it not get small when I'm hype, that would be cool. I'd probably be doing that for the past 20 years.
The fake boobies are getting better, I think.
I don't know, dude. I'm also watching Bachelor in Paradise because
that's some crazy. I think we diverted.
Everyone's tits are fake, and none of them look good. I don't like the fake tits though. I'd rather have some small. This is so stupid. Everyone's talked about this at my. Oh, but the Golden Bachelor, they had. You're watching this show where they're like, I'm young at heart and I just want to find love. Gary, he's the best man I've ever met. My husband's still warm. He's wearing his suit. And the worms haven't even fucking broken through the wood yet. But Gary is the best man I've ever met. But dude, we finished episode 2 yesterday.
Side trips with people, like they pair off and then they do things and they go on dates. One of them should be that he goes with a woman to unplug her husband from life support.
Suzanne, I'm taking you on a date. Well, where are we going? We're going to go to a diner and then we're going to pick out each other's caskets. We're going to do a funeral planning.
Yeah, the whole point of the show is to win a plot of land in a cemetery.
Yeah. They're like, oh, this is my ideal wedding, and I can see myself at the altar with Gary, but also we're going to plan our funeral together. The most romantic thing you can do when you're 75. But fuck, dude. The episodes are fun because all the women are just like, they're over the drama. And it's early, and I know, but like you watch Bachelor in Paradise, 2 people get onto the beach, and it's like, Katrina's a cunt. Like immediately. Like they introduce one person, she's alone on the beach, like, it's so nice here. They bring in another guy. That's Steven. He's a dick that loves drama. I hate him. And Marie and Caitlin's she is a whore. She's a whore. But then on Golden Bachelor, they're all like,
say it.
We all love Gary, but also I'm so glad I've met all you women. I love all of you each. Like they haven't gotten.
Is it because everyone is just post hormones? So everyone is kind of just.
Yeah, they're like, whatever. I'll sleep in a bunk bed with this woman who's also trying to fuck the man that I've already said I'm in love with.
At that point, they should do a Bachelor for old people, but the man just gets like as many women as he wants. I feel like that's what happens at like the old folks' homes. You get just a bunch of women because women outlive men.
Yeah.
And then you get one man who can still sort of get a boner, and then he just gets like a harem of old ladies.
Well, Gary's like...
From what I've heard.
Gary's looking
This
good.
is what people are saying. I'm not saying this.
Oh, I'm straight to an old folks.
But I knew people would work at old folks' homes, and this is what they would say, that there would be like a guy, and he'd be like the warlord of the nursing home.
I went to volunteer at an old folks' home right before COVID started, and I needed to get like my tuberculosis shot or some shit, some fucking old disease that doesn't even exist anymore, but it does for them. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting a jab to protect the old. And this was 2019 before COVID. I was like, I'm not getting a fucking shot to protect the old people.
Hello, YouTube.
And then I changed it. I
And then
changed
you
my
changed your
mind.
mind.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers calling Travis Kelce Mr. Pfizer. And Travis
You know what
Kelce's,
is-
I saw like Travis Kelce claps back, and it's like fine. He's like holding hands with Taylor Swift. He can do and say whatever he wants, but it was like he got him back, and Travis Kelce's response was like, "Oh yeah, whatever. He can call me Mr. Pfizer. I feel like that's fine. I just got it because I wanted to protect my family and my team and myself." And I was like, dude, you are just being Mr. Pfizer right now. You're saying what Mr. Pfizer would say. Like if someone,
stop talking.
I could be Mr. Pfizer. Like if someone was like, "You're Mr. Phillies," I'd be like, "No, I'm not. Fuck you. Fuck the Phillies."
Yeah,
just gonna
Kelce needs to go stop talking like Anthony Fauci and go back to talking like a black guy.
Yeah,
The funny thing
because I
about
know
Aaron
a black guy
Rodgers-
would not be like, "I did it to protect my family and my loved ones."
Aaron Rodgers, calling him Mr. Pfizer, is sort of funny because he plays for the Jets now, who are owned by one of the J&J people. So Johnson & Johnson sort of signs Aaron Rodgers.
He should have called him
checks
Mr.
now.
J&J.
Yeah, he should have come back.
Uh-huh.
People don't like meeting the other person at their own level.
You're
anymore.
Yeah, you should be
There's
like,
all this like they go low, I go high.
okay, Mr.
No, let's get in the mud.
Achilles.
Yeah,
I guess you can't
Mr.
call him Achilles because that's Mr. Golden Heel.
Mr. Good Leg.
Yeah.
Oh, your foot snapped.
Oh, your arm's so good, but your feet don't work. Homo.
That was
And then you
crazy.
could call him gay. I would call him gay because didn't Olivia Munn, wasn't she like he only likes butt sex and doing it in the dark? That's if
I don't
was
think Aaron Rodgers is weird at all.
if I'm Travis Kelce and Aaron Rodgers takes a shot at me out of nowhere, it's not nowhere. He's pushing
Aaron
the
Rodgers
vaccines.
not taking shots. Oh, you mean
If I'm Travis Kelce, I'm like, oh, okay, Aaron Rodgers. Well, your career is over, and also you're gay.
at least I'm not Mr. Gay. All right, I'm gonna go fuck Taylor Swift now.
It's like a fucking like Aaron Rodgers is like, yeah, I like having butt sex in the dark. I think it feels good. It's like, no, if you called him Mr. Gay, he'd be like, I like women. Women are good. Pussy's good.
Actually, I only have straight sex
I
to
guess I
protect
can
me
be
and my
Mr.
family.
Gay. I guess I have the mustache, so Mr. Gay is a pretty good nickname. I guess it's appropriate. That's what Kelce did.
Guess gay means happy. I am happy.
I'm happily gay. Oh, but to fucking go back to Golden Bachelor, they're all so happy. They're all like, I'm just so happy
They're
to
all so
have
gay.
this experience. My husband, when he died, he just said, I hope
It's not a
I'm on my
podcast if I don't
deathbed.
spill beer on myself.
He's on my deathbed, and he's like, I want you to go fuck some guy named Gary from Indiana. Like, go be a slut for the next, 100 years, until you're 100, do whatever. And they're having fun, and there's camaraderie between the girls, and there's like not a lot of drama yet. But then at the end of episode 2, they're like, they have an in memoriam for one of the women that Gary didn't give a rose to. So
She died.
broken heart.
So she gets
No,
turned.
it was COVID. No, they had a fucking in memoriam for one of the
That's crazy.
less attractives that couldn't make the cut. Because Gary, he'll like give during the rose ceremony, he's crying. He's like, I don't want to break any of these women's hearts.
Like, because he knows they can't take it.
But when you
He-
watch
he
Golden
knows
Paradise,
he's killing these women.
you watch Bachelor in Paradise, you have a love triangle, and some fucking jacked black guy's like, I chose Amber because her fake titties are better. And it's like, feels nothing. It's fine. But then Gary's experienced it. He's like, if I don't give one of these women a rose, they could die.
He knows.
Like, this is their last. A lot of them are talking like, this is my last shot of love.
I don't want to kill them by breaking their heart. I want to kill them by breaking their hip.
I want to fuck one of these women to death, not because you turn on the regular Bachelor and they're like, well, I'm 26, so this is kind of my last shot at love. And then Golden Bachelor's like, I'm 80. I'm 80. If I don't get a rose tonight, I'm gonna die.
Is this woman's family going to sue the show because she died as a direct result from the show?
I don't know.
That was the Love is Blind thing. People are suing Love is Blind because we're sitting down, but I hope our listeners are sitting down. Apparently, like going on a reality TV show where you're filmed 24/7 in close confinement isn't always like great. So people are pissed off of like the conditions.
Yeah, well, they make them like they're like, oh, we're in the Bachelor Mansion, and then they make them sleep in fucking bunk beds. It's like one person gets to sleep in Gary's queen-sized bed.
They give them bunk. I guess I've never really watched.
They make these 70-year-old women crawl up into a top bunk, and then they're like, whoa. We're sad that Suzanne died after she didn't get a rose. One of the women walked off, and she was like, she didn't get a rose. She's like, that's fine. And she left, and she's like, rose ceremony? You got to give us chairs. We need to sit down. That shit's too long.
Do you know who else brought people to a location to make them sleep in bunk beds and someone died?
AH, baby.
I don't think like the reality shows aren't going anywhere, but this is the first I've heard of people suing the reality show.
Yeah, you can sue anyone though. You can sue anyone.
But do you think this is going to become an industry now where people go on the reality show and then sue the reality show?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm
not interested in the legal.
It was just weird because, like obviously you don't get treated. It's like I don't think it's fun to be on a reality TV show. Mm-mm. I don't think I'd ever sign up for that.
I mean, I 100. That's how I get my start.
And I don't even necessarily have anything to hide. I'm not even like the. There were husbands on like the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I think, where because they were on a like I'm constantly being filmed reality show, it exposed that their business was like a big fraud and like guys ended up like
getting the PPD
killing
loans.
themselves.
Yeah. I mean, get me on a reality show, I'm going to be the guy that like wears 2 wristwatches is like, what's up? Like, oh, that's what's up guy. And then I read a book.
Yeah, well, that's how you do it for real.
Yeah.
Like, that's winning the reality show is just becoming like
I'm not gonna find
the
love.
weirdest character.
I'm not going to find love on this fucking Mexican beach. I'm going to get on and make a fucking scene.
This lady knew what she was doing dying because now she's going to be the woman who died from The Bachelor.
Apparently they did.
I don't know who won The Bachelor, but I'm going to remember that this woman died, which is an interesting character decision because there's no coming back from it. But you are more famous than the other ones.
I talked about this with my old roommate who loved Survivor, where I was like, yeah, I would just make a scene and be like the guy because I'm not going to out, climb the fucking thing faster.
I'm never going to be able to eat more like bugs than Joe Rogan.
Yeah. And so it's like, yeah, you got to make a scene. And apparently the producers will come up to you and be like, you got to fucking behave, man. We see what you're doing.
They don't want anyone becoming bigger than the show.
Yeah.
This is my show now.
Which is a mistake. I think they need all the help they can get because these people are fucking boring. The young people are boring. The people on like Bachelor Paradise, I'm not. It's like I'm a guy and I wear earrings that have feathers on it. It's like that's the most interesting guy on the entire show.
That's a personality, I guess.
I wear a hat. That's this guy's thing. Like, I have a hat.
Well, I can at least tell him apart from the guy who doesn't have a hat.
Yeah, I remember him. So yeah, actually, that guy kind of
the one with the feathers.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't need to wear 4 wristwatches and say "What's up? What's up, Cindy?"
Is that what they're all trying to do? But everyone is so organically weird.
No, all the guys are trying to be really cool. All the girls are like so retarded. The girls on these shows are so stupid.
Well,
they're like beyond bimbo.
See, I feel like it's self-selecting.
Sorry, bimbo.
It's like who is who?
Bimbo is Spanish, so it's gendered.
Who is going on these programs? I feel like it's been around for long enough that people should know the deal. That it's like not
what are we
great.
At?
45.
All right, I gotta piss real quick.
Been a smooth one, I think.
Yeah, we're back.
The NFL cans are back.
Yeah, football's in full swing. Well, it's funny. I not to go back to this, but like women don't care about history, so they don't care about like the significance of sports history.
I guess that's true. Like if you don't care who won a war, you really don't care who won the Super Bowl.
No. But I was trying to explain that like sports are significant. Like and this might be kind of like overstepping, but like things happen in sports, like they unify, they divide in a good way. Like, you know, Israel's soccer team hates Palestine's soccer team.
Mm-hmm.
But like women look at sports like it's nothing. Like it's just like, why do you care? It's just a thing that's happening on TV. And then you'll like show them a video of Bryson Stott's home run where like everyone like it's an explosion of like, you know, it simulates the joy and the heartbreak of life in such a controlled environment that I think is important for men, or else we're gonna go to war. And
it's also like better than like a concert or something to me because,
but not even live. Like I don't even go to too many sporting events. For me, I'm just like, this is important. Like this is what I talk about with people that are like strangers or with people I know. It's like a great common ground thing to the point where it's like, fuck, Jackie Robinson breaks the color barrier. Everyone's like, and then he's good. And people are like,
well, you got to give it to this one.
Okay. Yeah. Like, I think that maybe you could argue that was kind of a cultural turning point of like, they're all right.
Yeah, all that stuff.
I think that still happens. Like, I think like sports does kind of lead the way with like a lot of good things that have happened in culture. And I think it's also like a great outlet for like competition that isn't like, I hate your religion, you hate my religion. I hate your color, you hate my color.
Proof that different people can collectively work towards something and give the other guys a concussion.
But it's just like at the end of the day, they shake hands and they're fine. Or you rush the field and you get up in an LSU play. Like I saw a video of this kid running on the field. He's like, fuck LSU. And then he runs up to like a linebacker. It's like, LSU's gay. And the linebacker just fucking pushes him. And it's like, yeah, you should get obliterated by the guy. But like last weekend, we went to down to San Diego and we were at an Eagles bar watching, and they had like a hype man. Like when you walked in, he would hand you raffle tickets.
Hype man for the bar?
No, for the Eagles, because it was like an Eagles bar in San Diego. Confusing story, but it was like this short black guy with a beer belly wearing an Eagles suit that just had a bunch of Eagles logos on it.
Mm.
And he was handing out raffle tickets, and they were going to have like a raffle, like hand out jerseys and shit. And it's funny because when I get the raffle ticket, like people will be like, oh, the California lottery is $1 billion. And I'm like, well, I walk into the bar with a raffle ticket with 100 other people. I'm like, I'm not going to win this. So what am I going to do with a fucking couple million people that are buying a California raffle ticket? But this guy was like, you know, he gets on the mic and he's just like, Eagles, let's go, Eagles, like just being kind of like annoying the entire time. But there's a Broncos section of the bar. Keep in mind, the Eagles aren't playing the Broncos. And the bar is paying this guy to be at the bar to be annoying on the mic. And at a certain point, he's just like, Eagles get a first down. He's like, fuck the Broncos, fuck them. And then some Broncos fans are like, fuck you. And this guy has to be restrained. Like he starts trying to fight, and he's not actually, but he's doing like he's puffing his chest out, but not enough to be past his beer belly. Right. Which is always a funny thing. Tough guy, but like you're wearing
really
suspenders.
Puff his stomach out at that point, maybe.
Yeah, like
whatever your
Popeye
strongest
character.
body character to lead with.
Yeah, I saw a man at Ralph's fucking body a shoplifter with his belly.
With his stomach? Was he like a security guy, or was he just like
Well, I thought he was just a random guy. I was pulling in. I was on the phone, and I was like, oh, shit, there's like a guy stopping a shoplifter right now. I was like, give me a second. I threw on my fucking combat gloves, got out of the car, and once I got out of the car.
We're doing it? The Justice League is assembling? Gutman.
Glove
Boy.
He literally, the fight ended. He got the box of fucking Apple Jacks back.
My arch nemesis, starving bum.
And
you thought you could steal this sushi today?
He finished. The guy.
You're gonna be eating cement.
Just get out of here. He just fucking bodying the guy with his big gut, and naturally, I have to shake his hand. I got it. I found him. He was a guy that worked at the store, and when he walked in, there was like this big security guard. He was like, "Where were you?" Like kind of joking, but he was like, he'd been there before. He was like a 50-year-old guy. He's like, I just used my stomach. I just used my gut to put him on the ground. And I was like,
use your gut.
His hand. I was like, sorry. Hey, I saw that. I just gotta shake your hand. Shook my hand. I was like, you're the fucking hero of the week. But this fucking Eagles hype guy is getting all tough with his big belly and Eagles pants that have Eagles shit all over and Eagles suspenders, looking like a dork. Where like everyone just had to be like, all right, calm down. Fucking, it's the Broncos fan. Like, calm down. Also, you would get your ass kicked because this is a big fucking forearm dad, and you are like a balding.
I'm picturing
short.
The guy who used to have all those question marks all over his jacket and was selling you ways to scam the government on that infomercial.
The Riddler.
But that guy is Beetlejuice from Howard Stern.
Yeah, this guy was like a better Beetlejuice. He was like a Beetlejuice that didn't have whatever Beetlejuice has.
And the thing that guy's
bad.
selling is the Eagles.
But then he started to do the thing of like he was walking around the bar like a tough guy. Like, I was like, dude, let's fucking go. I gotta try to shake your hand.
You've been giving out a lot of handshakes.
Yeah, if I like what I see. I didn't even like what I saw, but I was like,
That's a weird setup. That almost seems like the conflict because of territory in the Middle East. Why did they make an Eagles bar and then section off a little piece of it to be Broncos bar?
Well, you put them.
Isn't that just going to cause trouble?
They started throwing bottles at us, and then we.
Well, we'll never know who started it.
Then we had our made this year with 3D printers, assault rifles.
That's weird. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
San Diego was weird. We went to Pacific Beach or whatever and to watch the games, and it was just like everyone there was ugly. It's like San Diego sucks.
It's because they all signed up for the reality shows and they shipped them elsewhere.
All the hot ones go.
They're all on Pleasure Island with the survivors
at
or whatever.
Beach. Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, is that like a talent drain? We're killing all our hotties in these game shows.
Yeah. Well, they're exporting hot girls with fake tits, and they're importing bums and Eagles fans that want to fight. The ugliest people in the world. People that steal Applejack cereal from Ralph's and Eagles fans. That's what San Diego's coming to. But yeah. I'm done. I think we can end it now. Where are we at?
We do have some important watching the Phillies to go.
Yeah, Phillies are about to get on. I'm kind of getting
I need to drink like 3 more beers before that happens.
Nervous. I get nervous for these games.
My back hurts, so I think I need like 3 or 4 more beers.
Yeah. All right. Hopefully this one's up on YouTube. All right. But I'm tired. Without a guest, I'm just kind of tired. Don't feel like talking anymore. So.
See you next time.
Yep.
Stoked, Steve!
Hey, listen to this guy. Tell me how you're feeling here. You're screaming.
I am stoked, baby!
You're screaming like it's still the game going on.
We're talking about the fightings here. The fightings! Said, Mike.